Dear viewers, welcome you on Campus France Facebook page and today's live. As you know that Campus France is organizing a Facebook live for you in every month, and this is that very lucky day in our education expo. We got one of our university people, which is Montpellier Business School from France, and Miss Gail is here from international admission department. So we'll be talking to her regarding all the issues of Montpellier Business School, and she will be explaining about France, about the higher studies in France, and about Montpellier, how to apply. So everything we'll talk to her. So first of all, I'd like to welcome Gail to say hi to all our viewers. Hi Gail, how are you?
Thank you, I'm well, thank you.
So could you please say hi to all our viewers?
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm glad to be here representing Montpellier Business School, which is a business school in south of France, in the city of Montpellier, on the seashore.
Okay, so now we are on live from the venue of Citibank Global Education Expo from Chattogram, and Gail is with us. He is representing Montpellier. So Gail, as you know that there are a lot of students are going to France for higher studies, and it's not a small number, it's a big number. So actually, what do you think that about higher education in France, and why it is important, and why France could be a good destination for higher studies? What do you think?
It could be a good destination, and that's why we as a country welcome a lot of international students in France, because for several reasons. First, we have a very high level education, very recognized and accredited education. For instance, Montpellier, it's a triple crown accredited school, so we are recognized by AACSB, EQUIS, and also AMBAS. So that means that we are the top 1% of business school in the world. So in France you have a very high level education, and you also have, in comparison, very reasonable tuition fees. We have a very reasonable tuition fees because
compared to other
countries like US, Canada, Australia, because it's also sponsored and subsidized by the French government.
Okay.
So that's on that. And then France,
but people are saying that they need to know language. French, so it is quite difficult. So what do you think about it?
So to study you don't need French. You can totally complete the degree with only English. But in a way there is some truth in that, because if you put the effort in learning French, and if you learn French with Alliance Française, which is in Dakar and Chittagong, you can then in France have access to more opportunities.
Okay.
Especially on the internship and the jobs, if you put that effort and reach a certain level in French, you have access to much more work opportunities.
Okay. So apart from that, as you know that people from Bangladesh, especially from Asian countries, they look for some working facilities over there, and after the graduation they also want to stay there, to work there, or to settle down there. So in that case, what France is giving opportunity or offering
at the school, and several schools in France have that access as well. We have a career center, and with the career center we will be working with the students during their program on their resume, cover letters, on also we'll plan like job fairs. We'll be also teaching them how to look for job on job website, for job offers, for internship offers. So we help them to have more opportunities. Our goal at the school is to keep also that very good rate that we have, which is 70% of students employed before graduation, and it goes to 96% after 6 months.
Okay.
And so we will follow them during their program. We also have a network of alumni, and that also is available at Campus France. Campus France has a network of alumni. So by coming to Montpellier Business School and coming in France to study, they are also opening that to them, opening all the network of Montpellier Business School and all the network of Campus France.
In some other countries like UK or Australia or Canada, they have some options after graduation they can stay back,
Yeah,
and they
stay
can look
back
for a
option.
job. So in that case, how the France is?
France, you also have, if you are getting a degree from a grande école, conférence des grandes écoles school, accredited school, you also the possibility to have a 1-year stay back option.
Okay.
Coming from Bangladesh, yeah.
Okay. So in that stay back option, they can look for job or business.
They can look for jobs. So that means like they can stay in France and obviously in the Schengen area to be looking for a job.
Okay.
Once they have the job, then they can apply for the working visa.
Working
Indeed,
visa.
yes.
Okay. So the thing is that there are a lot of universities in France. You know, the business schools. There are different schools based on the faculty. So there are a lot of business schools as well. So what do you think that why should people choose Montpellier, and about the location of Montpellier, that there is a Paris and some other cities, so why they should choose Montpellier
So
as a city?
Yeah.
As a school.
So Montpellier Business School, what we do have is that we are a triple crown. As I said, we have ASCSB, EQUIS, and AMBAS, which shows the seriousness, the quality of our school and the programs. Only 1% of business schools in the world have those 3 accreditations. So that's also a proof of very high and qualified education. So that could be a reason. On Montpellier, we are on the seashore. It's a lovely place to live, to study.
How is the living expenses?
It's around 650 euros per month,
including food and everything.
Exactly. So it's cheaper than
Paris. I mean,
exactly.
I think half of that.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's also like a interesting thing. That means like they can study and get one of the top program by also saving on their budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Montpellier, so far I know that students can join after graduation.
Yes.
I'm sorry, not after graduation. They can go for masters. That's okay. But during the graduation, if they finish 2 years bachelor in Bangladesh, so they can complete the final year in Montpellier as well. So what is that? What is that actually option?
Exactly. We accept transfer. So as long as they complete and validate their bachelor first years, we can welcome students to join the last year of our bachelor degree.
Okay. So in that case, do they need French language, or they can do it in English?
They can do it in English, and as long as they are coming from the same field, we need them to have at least some classes in business or education. As long as they are coming from the same field, we can agree to. And if they are admitted.
Okay, so in that case, they can save their time as well. I mean,
yes, because
only within 1 year they can finish the bachelor. Yes. So so far we know that we found one of our students who went to Montpellier with full scholarship. So I mean, you already met with Bangladeshi students over there. I mean, how they are doing, how they are performing in.
They do well. We are involved with Campus France to promote more of the French education, higher education. That's something that we need to push on. Not all students are aware of the possibility they can have in France, and are still focusing on other countries like Canada, all those. So we're trying to show that in France you can have like a very good and selective education with lower tuition fee, and you can do that in English. You don't need French to study in France. Okay. So that's why we are also like coming closer
and
to France.
one more thing that you know that the people that they are very worried about the tuition fees.
Yes.
Like they are saying that the private institutions, they have very, the expensive. They are very expensive, and that fees are very high. So what you would like to say about these issues? How is your tuition fees, and how you can say it is affordable?
In Montpellier Business School, a bachelor degree will be 10,900 euros per year, and for a master we are in between 12,500 13,500 to 13,900 euros. According, so that's why I said it's like according to the level of the quality and qualification of the program, our tuition fee are really reasonable.
Is affordable?
Yes.
Okay.
If you look to the same qualified school in Canada or US or UK, it's three times our tuition fees.
Okay.
So we try to make sure that our school can welcome
Especially
as
business
much
schools
students.
based in Paris are a bit expensive.
Yes.
But Montpellier Business School won't be so expensive,
And
so
then,
it's
and
affordable.
Then, yes, and then the environment in Montpellier, it's a human-sized city. It's a lovely environment to study. We are part of the French Tech.
Yes.
We have also like I don't know the game, but it's a huge company doing like games. Is in Montpellier, so it's not like only like.
The Montpellier is from Paris?
From Paris, we are 3 hours and 30 minutes away by train.
By train, 3 hours, 30 minutes.
3 hours and 30 minutes. So it's the fast train.
So is there any flight from
Yes,
Paris?
we have also like a flight, 1 hour from Montpellier. 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the flights are frequent?
Yes, it's like several per day. So it's very frequent.
Okay.
And some people have been enjoying Paris on the weekends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So as we Campus Friends are hosting this live session, so we would like to talk to you something about Campus France. I mean, what is the role of Campus France to know, and how they can help students, as we are really working hard on behalf of Campus France in Bangladesh, and the people are feeling interest to know about Campus France. What you advise about Campus France?
So Campus France, it's a major entity for all advice and when you're planning to study abroad and in France.
Okay.
They will know all the different schools and university in France. They can advise any students who have that in project to come study in France. So that's the best entity to go to discuss about that.
Okay.
We are obviously in contact with them so that they know Montpellier Business School, they know our programs, and they will help all the students to how to apply, how also the process to plan the visa application. They can give advice on everything you need to know basically when you go.
Campus France is a platform where students can come and they can get the information credible, because Campus France is the credible platform.
Yeah, it's a government
agency.
It's a government
agency. So under the French Foreign Affairs.
Yeah.
So yes, we are here to help you guys. So finally, that I would like to say that what is the application process? I mean, how students should proceed for application? The next.
So for Montpellier Business School, the next intake is September. So September 2020. At the moment, we are receiving all the applications, a lot of applications from students from all around the world, and applications. Everything now is online, so you are able to connect to the platform online, and we'll be asking for the basic documents, like the mark sheets, the degree, the resume, so to have a sense of what the student has done before. And then we ask them to complete the entrance exam. So that will be through showing their English level, because we need to make sure that at least there's an IELTS.
I have a question here. Yeah. So people are worried about IELTS, as you know that they don't, they're asking about IELTS, whether IELTS is required or not. So you have both bachelor and master. So both courses are requiring IELTS?
So we are requiring an English level. So if the students don't have the IELTS, we give them the opportunity to take our own English test online.
Okay.
So that will be free.
Yes.
So that's also a possibility that students have. If they didn't put the effort in planning for IELTS, we can check their English level with our own test, which is done by a specific organization in France. So that's a possibility that they have. But for sure, we'll still be asking for the same English level, which is IELTS at 6.
Okay. So if they don't have IELTS, still they have opportunity to
take
sit for the
test.
exam.
Yes.
And if they pass, they can join without
Exactly.
IELTS. Yes. So it's a
Exactly.
very good opportunity for
Exactly.
them as well.
Exactly.
Now, so I mean, how long you take to give them the offer letter or?
So we'll check also their logic and reasoning test. So we ask them to take a test online, which is called the ambassadorial test. We ask them to complete an interview with 2 jury members of our school, where they will have questions on their motivation, the reason why they want to join Montpellier Business School, why this specific program, and why France, and also on their personality, our desire is, and their values.
Through
so
the motivation interview.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we'll be checking all that, depending of how quick is that process and how quick they are to do the test and respond presence to the interview.
So maximum 1 month, I think.
Yeah, maximum.
Maximum
We try to do our best to, if that is done very quickly, we try to do our an answer in 2 weeks.
Okay. So as you know that in France, and for visa requirement, it's one of the mandatory part. So how do you to your students and how you arrange accommodation
So
for them?
we have in our school, and that's why it's very helpful for the students. We have a department that will follow them on their visa application. So the welcoming center, they will follow them on their visa application, and they will also give them access once they are admitted and in the school. We will give them also access to the platform, accommodation platform, where they can have a look of all the accommodations offers we have in the city at the time they are joining the platform.
Okay.
So they can choose between sharing apartments, so they have their own bedroom, but they share, the kitchen and living room, host family, or also to have their own studio. Also, like the French government is giving a lot of effort and a lot of privilege for
yes,
students.
privilege for students, because
like you have
I also know that the government is subsidizing the housing accommodation.
Yes.
So it's a
so
very
depending
good thing.
of the choice of the accommodation by the students, the area, they get some help on their accommodation.
Okay. So as you know that people are going to abroad, leaving their family, friends, relatives, and going to a different country, new country. So how the French people are to our international students?
Yeah, when they are welcoming. What I tell all the students is that you will have an answer depending on how you present yourself. So if you present yourself very welcoming, with the desire to learn about the other culture, to maybe do some efforts in learning French, people will be lovely and very happy to welcome you. We know that going abroad, it's a big investment. It's going out of your comfort zone, which is very good, and that will help you to grow. And we have also at the school that same welcoming center, in which here the team will be there for the students for anything that they need.
Okay.
We have a 2 weeks integration, so the students, we show the students, help them to open a bank account in France, to get a phone line, to make sure that they have the social security. So we make sure that they are settled well before they start the classes. So we are here. All our students are doing well and are well in France.
Okay. So viewers, definitely France is a very welcoming country for international students, very safe country, and you can enjoy studying there. You can learn a new language, you can experience new food, even new culture, a lot of museums. I think they can experience
also a lot of museums and
a
lot of
festivals.
culture, a lot of culture to discover. And also, like on the French aspect, I know that some students are very worried about the idea of learning French, and I try to show them all the privilege and the opportunities that learning a new language can give you. We have to know that, we know that French is the 3rd language used in business. It's huge. Imagine like Africa, the majority of Africa are like French-speaking countries. Canada is speaking French, Belgium, So you have all
There's
those,
so many countries, they have
so many
official
countries,
language,
and so many
French.
countries are doing business, and they need some French speakers
Exactly.
as well. So that's for students who want to have a global career and have a global position and all that. It's a very, very good idea to learn French.
Okay. So Gail, actually the exhibition is going on.
Yes.
So we are very busy. You can see the crowded over here, and there are so many noises. You know that we don't want to make it longer. So any final words that you want to say to our Bangladeshi people?
I would say get some new opportunities and come out of your comfort zone. Do something different and come study in France.
Okay. So dear viewers, would like to conclude here, and the thing is that Campus France, you can follow up our page, our counseling session issues, and our schedule of our counseling session. Everything is mentioned in our Facebook page. So see you once again. I mean, in later on in next Facebook Live. So till then, take care and bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.